Howdy-ho everyone, I am Nathan Blake and welcome to the Obligatory Where's Nathan Been? What's going on with him and is he ever going to make consistent YouTube content ever again video? First of all, yes, my hair is ridiculous. This is just kind of what it did when I got out of the shower and dried it off, so I just left it. So life's been super crazy, and I'm just gonna try to make videos when I can again, because I was trying to wait for more consistent times to do it, and it just hasn't worked out, so we're just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna take an approach of not caring near as much about quality, because that's kind of where I've gotten stuck more recently, is that anytime I do sit down to make stuff, it just doesn't quite reach the standard I want it to, either in the quality of the game I played, or the video quality of the game I played, or the quality of my edits, or whatever it is. If it wasn't entertaining enough, I just didn't do anything with it, and that's happened the last several times that I've sat down to make a video. And that really doesn't jive with the amount of time I actually have to record. So this video is just gonna be recorded natively on the camera with my microphone plugged into it. It's a more professional Rode microphone, but I'm not even using like my actual sound setup here. So this video could sound terrible. I don't know, it's probably fine, but whatever. Now to the real quick explanation of what's going on in my life. I poured a lot of time and effort into shifting from video content creation on YouTube into streaming on Twitch, and I was doing that really consistently. We're talking like every single day, Monday through Friday, like 3 to 5 hours daily, and it was going really well. I had accomplished a bit over there. I had created a small following, a few fans who were new to the channel and who were very dedicated to watching like every single day, and it was really cool. The unfortunate bit that happened next was that my wife's grandparents had a major turn for the worse in their health, and family duties called. I became one of the only people who was technically available to help out in emergency situations. And at first it was emergency situations, and over time I became a partial / full-time caregiver for my wife's grandparents, along with her and her mother. And so that's where I am right now, literally. Well, I mean, not right now, because it's still my house, but I'm not here at my house very often. This is one of the rare opportunities I've gotten to come back to my own house in the past week. And so since I have a recording studio here and not there, that makes that kind of difficult. Also, internet's not good there, so I can't even just do like impromptu streams, which is what I was kind of hoping I could do, especially since I kind of built a new streaming following. So instead, from now on, I'm going to try to make it over here as often as I can, to record videos as often as I can, and then put them up as often as I can. So that's the long and short of that. Like I said before, I'm going to worry a lot less about quality. When I first started my channel, the mantra of the channel, and you can even find this if you click the About tab, was fail faster. The idea that no matter how much work I put into something, it would never become what I envisioned it being. It would never be quite perfect. And in fact, in some ways, it might just be better, but in different ways than I wanted it to be. And so instead of waiting until I was the best YouTuber I could be before I started my YouTube channel, I started with the crappiest equipment that I could afford at the time. My computer was literally found in the trash. I'm not joking. Someone had thrown out an entire PC complete with a pretty legitimate GPU at the time and a decent processor, and it was enough to do some light gaming and recording at the same time. And so that's what I did. I started using that computer, and I got some cheap microphones and lights, and I built a sound cage around myself out of PVC pipe because it was really cheap. I bought some cheap foam off of Amazon and stapled it to the wall behind me to make it look more professional. Every day was an exciting adventure in finding little tiny ways to improve the quality of my channel. And every day I was excited to share new videos and share the new aspects of the channel with you guys. But eventually I got to a point where my quality was really good. I had the best camera that I could feasibly get, because I don't see a reason to have something better than this. Reasonable microphones and sound equipment, decent lighting. Eventually I got a space of my own to actually build the sound studio out. This room is covered in foam to make it really good audio quality. I've got a nice TV in front of me. I've got a high-powered computer that I built slowly and meticulously myself. Every single thing was one piece at a time to try to make it to a final goal. And that final goal was to have the highest quality content on my channel that I could. Once I finally hit this final point where I felt like it's very difficult to find new ways to do better at my channel through little insignificant changes in the scenery and the equipment around me, the only thing that was still lacking, unfortunately, was my ability to make consistent and good videos in my own opinion. Now don't get me wrong, I was still getting good comments, people are still watching. I'm sure this video will still get 30, 40, 50 views, which since I barely post anymore is really a pretty big deal, since I know some people who never quit posting videos and still struggle to get a handful. So really, I'm just kind of a victim of my own want to do better when I'm not sure if I can. But I think I can, actually, and that's the most frustrating part of it all. Every time I seem to reach some sort of new level and I feel like I'm doing better than I was before, some big life event happens, and it pulls me away from the channel. And that's something that I think has affected my ability to keep going consistently, because it stops my momentum, which kind of stops my drive, and it stops also my mood about the channel. It makes me feel like I've failed. And I think that's kind of one of the things that sets me apart from other content creators. Other people are better at focusing in on multiple things at once, or perhaps they just put their streams or their recording first and foremost beyond other things. But I'm not willing to do that. My family will always be the most important thing to me in this world. Taking care of them is an important thing, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and that will sometimes get in the way of doing YouTube. But that's not to say that I'm going to stop doing YouTube, because this is something that I enjoy doing. It's been harder recently, like I said, to get back here and record, and additionally, I find quite a bit of fulfillment in what I'm doing right now and use a lot of energy doing it. And so a hobby like YouTube seems less important in the grand scheme of things right now, because I don't need some small amount of fulfillment that I get from entertaining people. But it's still a creative outlet, and creativity is where I really haven't gotten to do anything in a while. Little bits here or there, and when I have been really fun, but I'm really looking forward to coming back to YouTube and doing more. So I wanted to keep this video short, wanted to keep it under 10 minutes, because I know that you guys probably are kind of tired of me disappearing and reappearing only to disappear again over and over again. But I do want you guys to know continually what's going on with me, and this allows me to kind of talk through what's going on in my life as well. So that will be it for today. My true hope is to get some things recorded soon and send some off to be edited by a professional, and then do the rest myself and get, 2, 3, 4 videos up a week. But that's probably not realistic. So I'll see you when I see you. Sayonara.